something that challenges everything we assume about influential historical figures. One of the most important people in Christian history never spoke a single recorded word, yet his actions changed the course of human events.
That's such a fascinating way to look at St. Joseph's story, the power of silent action over words.
And what really grabs me is how his story perfectly captures impossible choices. Here's a respected craftsman, engaged to be married, when suddenly his fiancée is pregnant, and in first century Judea, that could have meant death by stoning.
And his first instinct tells us everything about his character, doesn't it? Planning to divorce her quietly to protect her, even before any divine intervention.
Speaking of which, let's talk about these dreams he had. The angel appears and basically says, "Hey, take Mary as your wife. That baby? It's divine." And Joseph just does it. No questions asked. Then another dream tells him to flee to Egypt because Herod wants to kill the child. And again, immediate action.
That level of trust is almost incomprehensible to our modern minds, isn't it? We want guarantees, safety nets, 5-year plans.
You know what's fascinating? His actual profession. The Greek word tekton doesn't just mean carpenter. It suggests he was more of a master craftsman or builder. We're talking about someone who could construct everything from farming equipment to entire buildings.
Well, that certainly adds another dimension to Jesus' early life, learning such a complex trade from someone who wasn't his biological father.
And that's what makes his story so relevant today. Here's a man dealing with an unexpected pregnancy, becoming a refugee, protecting his family in dangerous circumstances. These are situations people still face every day.
That's exactly why he's become such an important figure for adoptive fathers and stepfathers, isn't it? This model of choosing to be a father, embracing that role fully despite unusual circumstances.
Oh, and here's something that might surprise people. While traditional art often shows Joseph as an elderly man, there's growing evidence he was probably quite young when all this happened, possibly in his late teens or early 20s.
So you're telling me this young man, just starting his career, suddenly has to protect and provide for someone believed to be the Son of God? Talk about pressure.
Right. And let's talk about this fascinating modern devotion. Pope Francis keeps a statue of sleeping St. Joseph on his desk and puts notes under it, with problems he wants Joseph to dream about. There's something so beautifully human about that practice.
That reminds me he's also the patron saint of a happy death, isn't he? Because tradition holds he died in the presence of both Jesus and Mary.
Exactly, and St. Alphonsus Liguori said something beautiful about that. Since we all must die, we should cherish a special devotion to St. Joseph, that he may obtain for us a happy death.
You know what strikes me most? How his story resonates with anyone facing unexpected life changes. Here's someone who had everything planned out, then life threw him the ultimate curveball.
And that might be his most enduring legacy, showing us how to face massive disruption with grace and courage. Instead of running from responsibility, he stepped up and became the protector of Mary and Jesus, worked to support them, made difficult decisions to keep them safe.
So in the end, his silence speaks volumes. It's all about actions over words.
And maybe that's the biggest lesson for our noisy, social media-driven world. Sometimes the most profound impact comes not from what we say, but from what we quietly choose to do.